he ain't gonna watch the doc block him. You see? He ain't got time for that, mate. He ain't watching no doc. Alright, he did watch part one of the doc. And I heard sometimes if he's really depressed, he watches Taza doc. But now I can't say he didn't watch the doc because he's put the doc on his computer and he's watching the doc. And man, just watch the doc.
The old world must have been far beyond anything we see today in our modern day cityscapes. The buildings were certainly massive and interconnected as well. The inhabitants of these massive buildings were much larger than us, and most likely had longer lifespans. So what did this old world look like?
Bloody man watching no doc.
Let's take a moment and let our imaginations run wild. When this building started to melt, it collapsed over on its side.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. He ain't watching no ghosts.
The mountain ranges that we see today were at one time, in the not-so-distant past, vast cities that stretched out across the plain. What we call mountain ranges, gorges, and waterfalls are actually melted buildings. Looking at these pictures with new eyes gives us a fresh perspective. The more we find out about our past, the more we realize how deep the lie actually goes. We may never know what happened to this vast civilization. But one thing is for sure, the evidence that it did exist is all around us.
Yo, anybody owes me money, son? Fucking dead, B. And fucking dead, B.
The word apocalypse means the revealing.
It means Tupac.
All is being revealed.
Had a calypso.
A new layer of truth about our past has just been revealed to you. You will never look at the world around you the same again.
Adios. Later. Hope you enjoyed it. Really not. Why waste your time coming here? Yeah. Why waste your time for we've just flunky? Why you on late? That was the last one. Go all the way to the bottom and then go to 2 up. Alright, well, there is. Joe discussing nothing, you flunkies. Okay. Adios. Later. Hope you enjoyed it. Really not. Why waste your time coming here? Yeah. Why waste your time for we've just flown? Why you on late? Listen, don't even shout out his name. Don't even shout out his name. Why you shouting out his name?
Because I'm a boss, bitch, that's why. Dick rider.
Watch the dog act him. He's not going to watch the dog because he's made a personal attack. Yeah, exactly. Why is he going to watch the dog? He wasted his time. The dog acts him. He's not going to watch the dog because he's made a personal attack. Yeah, exactly. Why is he going to watch the dog?
Bitch, that's why. Dick rider.
Watch the dog act him. He's not going to watch the dog because he's made a personal attack. Yeah, exactly. Why is he going to watch the dog?
Now let's go over some interiors of some of these buildings that were left intact and untouched and unharmed by the X Factor event. First thing we notice is the incredible detail of creativity and glory that they build into everything. The wood here, the shapes, just everything is built by a completely different mindset being than of today. That's more profit geared. We can't build that unless there's money in it. And again, look at the glory. Notice up here the ceilings, the arches, the domes, the arches, the columns. Notice the heat damage on this right here on this railing. We'll get to that. Again, clearly built and inherited from the old world. We didn't build this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we did not build this. Look at the size of the doorways. They're up here. Look at the size of these windows. Look at the size of this building. It's a machine. It's jacked. And it's also heat damaged and melted and scorched at the bottom. But all these people here are in wonder because we didn't build this. We inherited this. We didn't build this. And then here we go. We didn't build this. This was here from the old world, highly advanced civilization. But as you can see, it's surrounded in sand, which was once hot, liquid, melted building like lava before it densified into fine grains of thoroughly cooked sand, which was building. And again, what do we see here? That height and then bone. Look at these doors. Built by a completely different mindset and bigger being. Again, these towers are jacked. Look at the domes. Look at the structure. It's incredible. Look at the columns. Look at the arches. Just magnificent. Glorious. Again, the Tartarians were outlandish, stylish. Everything they touched had to be completely decked out. Highly advanced civilization that preceded us that was wiped out by some X Factor event. Notice the incredible way they built. All the buildings are the same all over the world, made by red brick, and then you get these where it's upgraded and updated with the concrete molds over the brick to give it that new look. It's got the towers, it's got the domes, it's got the arches, it's got the columns, it's got the arched columns. It's just old world and it's inherited. And we didn't build this. Again, look at the size of these people. Look at the doors, and the windows. Look how small these people are. They're down there. Again, you'll start to notice these buildings are the same all over the world. And then you'll also start to notice that looking from above was like looking down on like a Disney World. Besides the fact that it looked like a motherboard of a computer, it also looked like eye candy, if you will. It had designs. This is like a star fort here. It had, buildings that, in my view, the same way that Disney World shapes a bush to look like an animal, I think they were doing that with buildings. So when you look down from above, they looked like different things. It was like looking down on a huge train set, in my view. / Disney World / motherboard / eye candy to look good from above. It's meant to look good from above, in my view, as well. And I just absolutely love this. Again, look how absolutely decked out this is. This is from the old world, inherited. We didn't build this. And again, what do you see here? Just the coolest thing ever. Again, it's like a bookshelf. They extended the building here like a bookshelf just to show off here. It's magnificent. It's glorious. It's impeccable. And again, heritage from the old world. Look at the little tiles, how they like to do. And everything's decked out completely eye candy. Everything, everywhere, all the time. Everything was eye candy. And imagine a world where everything looked like eye candy. The frequencies of appreciation that you put out just from being able to see the incredible glory of what they built harmoniously together as a whole, an empire, as an order, an old world order. Glorious. Again, everything was glorious. Look at the floor, the ceilings, the doors, everything built for a bigger being there. Look at the detail here. A different mindset. They're not making a profit on this. They're getting the glory out of being very creative. And just the detail of decking out everything they touched was glorious. It wasn't about profit. It was a different mindset. It was more about harmony and glorifying themselves and co-creating in harmony, in my view. And again, look, buildings look like they also were machines. Towers to the domes. And again, by the way, rainbows are a proof of the dome. You can't recreate a rainbow without a reflective dome and light. Did you know that? Yes. Do the experiments yourself. You'll see that there's no curve. You can never build buildings like this on a ball or on a curve moving. It has to be flat like this and level. You can't build buildings on balls that are spinning. It's impossible. Again, from the old world, look at the arches, look at the red brick, look at the towers. And again, you're going to see these buildings with organs all over the world. And again, why did they call them organs? Perhaps they put out healing frequencies that healed your organs?